So I'm checking out a brand new spot today. I didn't know if I was gonna make a video unless I started finding stuff, and I just found a coin. So we'll try to make a video. If I can find a few more things, you'll see it. If not, you may never. Looks like a nickel. I would say it's it's a shield nickel. I'm not gonna rub it too much. These almost always come out in terrible shape. Yeah, I can't really make out a date, but not bad. First target, 4 or 5 more targets. You'll see the video. Let's get back to it. Well, as you can tell, we're not really in the wilderness because you can hear the highway over there, but I think we might have found our camp. Look at that. First Civil War mini ball today, and well, for at least a couple days. Pretty decent signal right there. That's a dropped one, so we're on it, hopefully. Normally there's more than one. They never drop just one. Let's check with the machine. Check the general area here. I think the headphones off like that so you can hear a little bit, but we're gonna have to put them back on because the highway is just way too loud. Just like right, you know, it's hard to hear the deep signals. I'll go ahead and turn the headphones off just for a second so you can hear it. Let's try that. All right, that's where I got this. That's where I got the bullet. See if there's any more. You can hear his iron grunts. It kind of slowed down when I started hitting that. Lots of iron. I don't know if that could be fence wire or nails. I haven't dug any yet. That could be part of a post right there, actually. There's another squeaker. Okay, I'm going to say that's going to be another bullet right there. We'll dig that in a minute. You know, I should just step my shovel up so it's not in the way. There you go. Let's see what's around here. Normally I'd say dig some of that iron to see what it is. Because if it's fence wire, it means nothing, but if it's square nails, it means a lot. But since we're already finding bullets, or at least one, there's really no need to check and see what it is. Well, I only hear the one so far, in that possible second one. Make a little circle out here, a little bit further out this time. All right, let's go ahead and dig this one together, and then I'm gonna put my headphones on and get serious about this business. All right. All right, should be right there underneath that leaf. Right here. I dug back behind it a little bit. I'm hoping just to kind of pop it out of the ground. Oh no. Hope that's not it. Hopefully that's a piece of root. I thought it was aluminum. I would just drag it out with our fingers for right now. And recheck the hole. Okay, still in the hole. Well, that could be me. All right. So whatever it is still in a hole. It's probably like right in this area here. This ground's pretty sandy, so that's not it, is it? All right, let's get the pinpointer out and try it. Whee! It's out of the hole. That was it. I thought it was a rock, but that is probably going to be another mini ball. Clean some of the dirt off. Mainly what I'm looking for is to see if they're dropped or fired. Because if it was fired, it could have been, soldiers could have been a half a mile from here. But if it's dropped, we know they're standing right here. Yeah, that's another mini ball. We'll get her cleaned up and I'll get you a good picture of her. And I'm going to work this area with my headphones on, because the sound of the traffic, it just drives me a little bit nuts. Probably will you too. Noticing all these little mounds in here, and you know, when you first look at them, you think it could possibly be some type of fortification. I don't think it is. There was a battle not too far from here, but I think we're outside, well outside of those lines. It's probably from there when they put the highway in. What I decided to do is I went ahead and I found 5 targets and I marked them. I have not dug them yet. I thought we'd dig them together. I'll let you hear what they sound like and what they sound like. Hear what they sound like and what they what they look like. All right, let's go see it. That's where I just dug those 2 bullets right there where it's scuffed up a little. And I kind of worked my way down through here, and I got 1, 2, 3. That doesn't look good. There's a bottle in that. I didn't even see that. 4, 5. Got 5 holes to dig. That's probably a bottle top right there. You know, that's probably like a beer bottle or whiskey bottle or something modern. All right, let's start with the first. And the signals are kind of like different signals. They're not all bullet signals. That's why I wanted you to hear these. The first one is, that's a pretty nice solid signal. Reading a little bit low, I think, for a bullet, but it could be deep. Let's go ahead and dig it up, see what it is. Here, it's a little deeper than the other ones, or smaller, I'm not sure which. Or both. Nice soil though, huh? All right, let's check it with a... All right, it's out of the hole. So something over here, it's pretty small. Could be a 22 bullet or something like that. It's not a mini ball. This camera situation, that's probably it right there. Nope. No, actually roll back here somewhere. Could be a piece of lead too. Think about that. Yeah, small, whatever it is. Actually, something there. I don't think that's what we were digging up, is it? It could be. I see some loose dirt, so it could have come all the way over here. I'll probably have to set the camera down. No, we don't have to set it down. It's all this color. That's a little buckshot that could be from a buck and ball from the Civil War era. Looks like it is dropped. If we start finding 69 caliber round balls, that's probably, oh, got my other digging bag today. That's what it is. All right, let's leave the hole open. Go down to the next one. I'm gonna close up in a minute. Yeah. Before I forget, although you can't really see, I'm using the Garrett AT Max today. 0 program, I have it maxed out in sensitivity, and I think that, yeah, discrimination's on zero. I want to hear all the iron. This is the next signal. Nice solid one. I wouldn't be surprised that's not a bullet right there. That's probably the top to a bottle right there. Let's dig this one first. I wasn't really expecting to find the camp today, so I didn't bring all my gear. Kind of like on a road trip anyway right now. What is that thing? This big old acorn from an acorn tree. Also called an oak tree, which is what those leaves are from. All right, that should probably got it out. It might be a little bit deeper. Yeah, it's a little deeper. Might be able to just grab it though at this point. Should be right at the depth. Oh no, look. It's like can top. Boy, this hunt's going downhill fast, isn't it? That's why it sounded good, and it's kind of roundish. Almost positive that's what it was. Yeah, this is, of course, this bottle. It's going to have a lid on it. Yep, well, it's not aluminum, actually, but... All right, let's go down to the next targets. We'll come back to this in a minute and fill them in. 2 more. I'm glad I found those bullets first, because I probably wouldn't have hung around here. That's a nice solid signal. All right, there. There we go. This one's not very deep. If I want to get down underneath it, it'll cut some roots. I should be able to pull it out of there now. I don't think it's any deeper than that. All right, let's try this. See what we got. No, it's right in here. Move it around a little. See if we can see it first. Put it back in here. Yeah, probably something in this clod of dirt right here. I'm going to, it's not a bullet. Look, I see brass. You see the green? So that's going to probably be a rivet. Could be a button, but probably a rivet by the looks of it. Let's go ahead and, oh, no. No. Can it possibly be? For you guys that dig Civil War stuff, this is called what we call a J-hook. And I'll have to clean it up a little bit for you and show it to you. But this is called a J-hook. This is actually part of a knapsack rig. So whatever soldiers were here brought their knapsacks too. That's not something that just typically would fall off. This is not an uncommon find in Civil War camps, but it's something that you don't find a lot of. I mean, it's, you know, it's much more rare than a bullet, and a sweet, sweet sign that soldiers were here throwing stuff away. We're on it, baby. All right, one more signal. I gotta put you away. I'll get that thing cleaned up and show it to you at the end too. Another signal here. This is kind of like a really kind of a small scratchy signal. I suspect it's going to be something fairly shallow. Could be like a percussion cap, or maybe even a button. Small button. Probably. If you ever do that when you're digging and like the signal disappears, sometimes it can be on your boot. See that dirt right there? It's possible whatever it was stuck to my boot. That does happen. Not in this case though. Not sounding as good now, so whatever it is really small. Maybe it's a little tiny piece of melted lead I kicked out of the hole. Let's go ahead and just turn the dirt over. This is typically what I would just go ahead and dig a hole anyway. It's a really small whatever it is, probably like a percussion cap or a tiny piece of lead. I don't even hear it now. All right, let's head it back here. All right, I'm gonna have to turn the machine off or turn the camera off for a minute. I'll hunt around and find it. I guarantee it's right here. I just probably threw it off to the side and it's tiny. All right, well, this is what it was. It was actually right there. I think it might be tin, a little bit of metal. It could be leather, but it's a little tiny buckle of some sort. Don't know if that's going to be Civil War era or not. Probably not, but we won't know until we clean it up, and even then we may never know. All right, I'll go ahead and find 5 more targets, more or less, hopefully more, and we'll dig them together. All right, I got 5 more targets to look at, but I want to show you how I'm doing this today. My technique today is I'm not like getting every single target. I'm just kind of doing a loose grid. I'm using this tree here and those trees and that tree and those trees down there, and going back and forth down through this little gully right here. This is the only place I've been so far. Lots of big woods here to hunt, so I'm very, very hopeful about this place. Got 5 targets here. Then we'll move over, either go down a little bit more off to the side. All right, you ready? I am. I don't think it's been hunted, at least not, it might have been what we call plate hunted, which means the old timers might have come in here and just look for the really big obvious targets like belt buckles. But back in the day, they didn't even bother digging bullets, they just dig the belt buckles. I know people that used to do that. All right, nice little squeaker here. I'm gonna kick just a little more of the dirt back slightly. Hopefully it was there, but okay, it's not. It's actually probably a better sign. See it? I always like to look and just see if it pops up, because usually it does. Oh no. No. Looky. Man, that's a heartbreaker. And almost a finger cutter too, huh? Good thing I had gloves on. All right, no bag. You know, I really hate putting these in digging bags, because I forget about stuff like this, and when you jam your hand down in there to get something out, next thing you know, you're cut. Typically what I try to do is get the top off of it and just take the top out. That way, and smash the rest. That way you're not in any danger, and another digger who happens to come by is not going to hear that top and dig the finely broken glass. And as you can see, I mean, there's already a lot of broken glass out here. But yeah, that's too dangerous for me to carry. I know some of you guys are gonna freak out, but I live in reality, not a fantasy world. So little tiny glass like that will get right back into the ground. In fact, I'll go ahead and bury it, and I'll get just that top off. I'm not even gonna carry that. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so here's the next target. See what it sounds like. Care to guess what it is? I can tell you it's probably not a bullet, but it's not iron either. There's that lid, by the way. So you can see the rest of the glass is finely ground, and I'll take the lid out though, so it's not a danger to anyone else. All right, I think it was right about here. I've cut some of these roots on the sides. I'll get back. Really frustrating when there's modern junk in the same area. That could be you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move you back. Nice thing about this target is it's still in the hole. Well, could have been loose dirt, but no, still in the hole. So that's good. So it's bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So it's actually deeper. think it'd be any deeper than that, though. There we go. See what that sounds like. Yeah, we got her. All right, let's take a look. It could be it right there. Is it? No, we're good. It could be a button. I don't know, silver. What is that? That's going to be a Civil War state button, probably state seal. And when obviously I didn't hit it with a shovel, but the dirt movement has broken the back off. That's very sad. It's probably in New York. Well, at least you get to see what the button, the Civil War button looks like on the inside. I'm gonna take my gloves off. Hold on. All right, here we go. This is going to be what we call a three-piece button. And the reason I think it's in New York is that that's really the most common. It may not be in New York, but that's called a back. And it's a little piece that goes in the center there, in the middle. It's a little spacer that they put in there. It's paper, and that's the front. High dome. I'm going to call New York still. What do you say? Yeah, it is. I can see the eagle right there. I'm pretty sure. And it'll be New York State seal. It's a shame that thing fell apart, but I'll be able to put it back together. Sometimes, in fact, okay, you can see it a little better now. You see there's a shield right here. There's a little eagle that sits on top of it. A row of stars all the way around. So this is what the soldiers from New York State would have worn, who were in the New York State militia. Not like a federal soldier who wore the eagle buttons, but a state soldier who would wear that kind of button right there. And got the little paper insert. I'm actually kind of glad that fell apart like that, because I mean, you almost never get to see that. Look, his little fingerprint. Is that my fingerprint, or is that the last person? That's a fingerprint from whoever put that in there. Dude, look at that. When they put that in there, I guess they used some type of glue or something, and I can see a fingerprint right there. That's not mine. That stuff's hard now. Yeah, you almost never get to see that. That's really kind of cool, actually. All right, I'll put her away. Well, I hope that was in frame. There it is. That's pretty cool. Absolute treat. Oh, we got more targets. Let me set that on the ground right there, and we'll come back and pick it up when I'm done. I got 3 more holes. You ready? All right, so there's something right here. Go. Oops, that's a root. That's a root. There we go. Probably should put my gloves back on, shouldn't I? Hopefully that got it out of the hole. Of course, to set you too close again. Try the pin pointer. Yeah, it's probably out. I don't really hear it with the pin pointer. Let's listen again. All right, out of the hole. It's not big enough for a bullet, I don't think. What do you think? Nah, small, whatever it is. A lot of times if you just move the dirt, you can see the brass. Or the lead or whatever. Feel for there, I can feel something heavy toward the bottom of my hands. It's right here. It's probably a piece of melted lead or a piece of buckshot. Yep. It says piece of buckshot, probably. Maybe fired. All right, next. Let's see what this is. I see some broken glass. Not a good sign. Now, this is a little. This signal is actually a little shakier. I can hear some iron in there for sure, and the whole thing could be iron. Try that again. You can definitely hear iron all over the place. Sorry about that. GoPros being what they are, it cut off by itself. All right, iron. That's what we heard. It was a lid up to a modern can. All right, one more. We'll just do this one real quick. Let's see what this one is. Goes back. Nope. That could be a roy cat root. All right, down to that lighter color, so hopefully we got out of the hole now. Let's check it. Jeez. to be you guys again. Yeah, still in the hole. So, there we go. How far we got it now? It's under that root, unfortunately. Right in here somewhere. All right, one of these two hands could be right there, is it? What is that? See it? Ah, it's another J-hook. Look, you can see that one a lot better, can't you? That is sweet right there. When you're finding brass like this in camps, I mean, that's just a really, really great sign. Of course, we found the New York one. That's sweet too. Want to turn you off? Might have to husband the battery 2 bars, and well, we'll dig until the battery's dead, then we'll take off. Just took a little jump over. That's that strip where I was digging this stuff, and got another J-hook. Again, this is off a knapsack. So they were dumping stuff here. Hopefully they dumped a whole bunch of belt buckles with SNY on it for state of New York. Sweet. So I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more targets to dig. And the bad news is that I did a quick walk around the woods. It went out like out to about 100 yards, made a circle, and I didn't find any other bullets or anything, so we might be stuck in this one little area. That's the main area, the first area we found right there, and that's where I found that last J-hook. I had to take my gloves off again because my GoPro messed up again. All right, let's go ahead and see what some of this stuff is. I just don't have a really good feeling about it. And that's why right there. It's a can. Well, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we're about done with this spot. I've been back and forth and back and forth. And once I got out of that last little area, well, the only area I was finding bullets and stuff, there's nothing Civil War. I went all around the bottom and whatnot, and just nothing else, no really good targets. I did find this just now, which is a fired bullet in wood. So it's a bullet that was fired and went to a tree, but it's not a Civil War. Now this is an interesting little doodad. It's got that old patina. I can't tell if it's melted, but it's, you know, a little brassy thing. I know I already said my goodbyes, but I just found a coin spill. I'm not far from where I found that shield nickel coming in. I got a whole bunch of signals in here. I was kicking around. I thought it was maybe a beer can, but looky. What is that? Oh, that's a Martin penny.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere